right, everybody, we are back, and here is one of the favorite segments that you tune in for, which is the most interesting thing about Raina's chart. And I have got to start. The beginning, middle, and end is all about what's going on your first house and your ascending here. Not just because it looks like a traffic jam, but because you were so close. You were minutes away from being a triple Capricorn. Are you familiar with that at all? Are you familiar with astrology at all? Do you ever work with it?
I've worked with it a couple times. I'm not too familiar, but I have heard that once. Yes.
Well, I mean, your rising is at the anaric 29%, or turning 29 degrees rather percent. We're talking about 99% earlier, but at the 29 anaric angle, you just see an optimistic point in everybody that you meet. You are always going to be optimistic with the people that you meet, even though your Cappy Cap sun and moon, by the way, you're born on a new moon here, just about a new moon, where you might be a little bit like emotionally like devoid. You might be a little bit like drawn back. So, but relationships really click for you when you look at the opposite house in the seventh. You're very passionate. You got Mars sitting out there and Lilith in Cancer. So you are all about helping people on their journey. That's how you build relationships.
Yes,
It's in
absolutely.
your chart. But boy, oh boy, if you were a triple Capricorn, I don't know that you could have the philosophies that you have, because
Yeah.
there's a little bit of that Eeyore
Yeah.
thing when you have sun and moon in Capricorn, because it's just kind of like sure, it's fine, it's going okay now, but it's not going to be tomorrow. Or
Yeah.
you see like one cloud on a sunny day and you're like, hey, it's a great day out today, and you're like, but do you see that cloud over there? Yeah, it's coming to get us. And you're like, whoa, hold on a second, it's going to be 85 and sunny all day. What are you talking about? That's one cloud. But do you find that and by the way, that's empowered because you have Mercury on your rising sign. So you're a great communicator. You've got the teacher mode within that. You also have Neptune sitting there, which is a high, that's where you get your intuition from. Is Neptune is sitting in your 12th house. That's your personal power generator for intuition. So sometimes it's worked well for you. Sometimes it's not worked well for you. But when it doesn't work well, it's a lesson. And when it works well for you, it's purpose. So that's just a quick couple of minutes on your chart. And boy, oh boy, of course, you've got the Venus Sun component, and you're natural caregiver. You naturally appreciate people where they're at, and they love you for it. They absolutely love you for it. My gosh. Do you feel like a goat? I
Do
asked
I?
that of everybody. I
I,
asked that of everybody Capricorn. Do you feel
I
like a goat?
yes, I do, because I'm always trying to climb a new mountain. I'm always trying to achieve the top, and you know, but it's like it's the journey that gets you there. And I love having friends and people along with me to share that. And life is beautiful. Why not enjoy it with everybody? You know.
Well, and listen, you are a seasoned professional with that answer. I freaking love it. Like Raina, you are a powerhouse, aren't you? You're like, hey, and by the way, I secretly do stay up at night and try and think of like, hey, what's something crazy I can ask Raina? We'll get to the 5 good minutes in a second. But that conversation for me is really about, you really know yourself. That's the cool part about this. Early in life, you might have had crippling self-doubt with some of these placements, but then you started to lose the idea of the absolutes. I mean, you also have a 29 angle of Saturn in the 8th house. So you're going to sit in practicality from like, I'm not going to just take from you. We're going to have a give and take.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
is how you roll. And by the way, sign of a good teacher right there,
Yeah,
right? Especially in the spiritual community as a colleague in this work. Thank you, because you are absolutely upholding the values that we really need to kind of do it. And I can see it in your chart, and it's awesome.
Oh no,
Really awesome.
that's amazing, but no need to ever thank. We don't do it for thank yous, you know. But it is. It's like, you know, people have to I was like when you sat there and said that, you know, when I was young, be a little insecure and just trying to figure things out. I was actually very insecure as a child, and I was
Mhm.
being pushed many different ways, and I never really understood who I was. It like how we kind of talked about how I kind of pushed back everything and just leveled everything. That's when all this started to build, because that's when I started recognizing who I was versus what people expected from me.
That's pretty awesome, actually. I mean, that's really important. And listen, that is the most interesting part of Raina's chart right now. I'm glad I'm recovered. Thank you.